Hello everyone. So I'm going to be making some Italian cocktails or Italian themed cocktails today. Got some Italian music on. Might have to turn it down because it gets quite loud. So today we're going to make the Aperol Spritz and the Espresso Martini. So I did post yesterday the spec cards for them. So I've got a little handy book here that I'm just making with all the recipes in and everything, so you can either print the photo off Facebook or Instagram, do what you want with it, write it out yourself, makes it go in your head. So we're going to do a little bit of prep first. I didn't show you last week how to make the gum on the video. I just did a separate video for that, so we'll make that first. So I'm going to get some sugar. This will be for the Espresso Martini. Those pesky straws are falling over again. So this week we're going to use some brown sugar. So you can use Demerara sugar, or this is just a bag of brown sugar from Sainsbury's, I think. So I'm just stirring the coffee. I'll just put that over there for a second. So what we're going to do, we're going to make it in a jar this week. I'm going to tip in some sugar. You probably don't need to make this much if you're just making a couple. So if you just level that out, you see it's up to there. So we want to put some cold water in and just double the amount. You can use your eye. There we go. So I'm just going to, the reason I'm making this first is so that it settles. So we're just going to stir that until the sugar dissolves. If you use hot water, it goes a bit caramelly, which is why I use cold water. So I'm just going to give that a quick stir. And then that will all settle clear. So just let that settle for a second. And then we're just going to do the coffee. So here I've just made a little coffee. And I've just used some instant coffee. Usually you'd use, if you was in a bar or restaurant, you'd use a shot from the espresso machine, which I don't have at home, unfortunately. So that's what I've used for that. So I've just put some, not boiling water, but just nearly boiled water to make the coffee. And you want that to be cool when you're making it, else it will make melt the ice too quick and make the espresso watery, which you don't want. No one likes a watery cocktail. So to cool it down, you can just get a jug with some water in. Put that in the cold water, like that. Then I'm just going to get some little bits of ice. In fact, I'm going to put that in first. And just let that cool down in the iced water. Just pop some around the side as well. And you'll be surprised how quickly that cools down. Again, you don't need to make too much if you're only making cocktails for a couple of people at home. But if you're going to be making loads, as if we were prepping for a night at a bar or for a party, if we were doing the cocktails for a party, we'd make a bigger lot of it. So that's just going to be cooling there while we finish making the gum. So you can see that that's gone a lot clearer. So just give it another stir, get all that sugar dissolving. Then we're going to put that to one side while we make the Aperol Spritz. This is why it's important to do your prep beforehand, but I just wanted to show you how it's made. I've just used a fork to whisk that up. So I'm just going to put that at the front there. Another thing you can do actually, I mean, I've put the glasses have come out of the fridge, but you can just put some ice into whatever martini glass you want to use. I'll show you the glasses in a second. So I've got these really cute little martini glasses that are absolute ones. I acquired them from somewhere, not a bar. Like they came as like a promotional gift at somewhere I worked, and we didn't use them. So, oh, you've got a tall traditional martini glass. So we'll leave those chilling. That there. Right, so onto the Aperol Spritz. So we are going to be using a big balloon glass like this. So lots of people have them to have their gin and tonics in. Or you can use a wine glass. Anything that you find, really. This one's really quick and easy to do because it's just literally tipping a few things together. So there's no shaking. But we'd still call this building a cocktail. I'm just going to talk to you about the garnish. So I have made these dehydrated fruits. So that's a piece of dehydrated orange. And then I've got some lovely bits of dehydrated pink grapefruit, which are a really nice accompaniment to the Aperol Spritz. So to make those, I literally sliced a grapefruit, well, a pink grapefruit actually, and an orange quite thinly. At busier places, they'd probably use a dehydrator if they had one. Lots of chefs have dehydrators. I don't have one of those, so I just got a piece of like baking paper or like baking parchment, lay them out, cut them as thin as you possibly can, and then I just left them on the side to dry out. I put them in the sun a little bit because we've had a nice week of weather this week, as you can see by my red face, which will go nice and brown. So when you're doing a cocktail, always get, I didn't mention this last week either, I don't think, but always get your garnish ready because you want to be able to serve the cocktail as quick as possible after you've made it. So for this cocktail, I'm going to use 2 halves of grapefruit and 1 slice of orange. Get down, Bobby. Sorry, my cat just decided to jump up. So we're going to be using some Prosecco for this, Italian. And this is a different version of Aperol Spritz. I got this from Aldi, I think. And then this is my favourite kind of sparkling water, which is San Pellegrino, but you can use any sparkling water. But I just went with the Italian theme. I've got a pineapple here randomly because I wanted to show that you could do dehydrated fruit, any type of fruit. It's really nice dehydrated pineapple just to pick at if you want something a little bit sweet. But you can buy it ready-made as well. Again, everything's cheaper if you make it yourself. So we'll whack those over there. So for this, I haven't put any measures on the specs because not everyone likes this. It is an acquired taste. But for the purposes of this, we're going to use a shot glass like we did last week. And we're just going to pour 1 measure of that in, like so. And then we're going to open the Prosecco. I'm not sure what music's coming up on this playlist, so just bear with us. Oh, would you believe this? It's broken. Just bear with me and I'm going to show you how to do that. Wait there. Giving you an extra tip actually. If ever a cork breaks in a bottle, get a waiter's friend, which is a corkscrew like this, and just put that in. It will pop quite a lot because obviously it's got gas in it. So be prepared. And then you can just pull it out. Woo! Okay, so we are going to now put the ice in. So some ice here in a tub. When you're making drinks, I'm going to try and put as much ice in as you can. There we go. So now we're going to pour some Prosecco in. So pour Prosecco to about that level on this glass. And then we're going to add just some water as well. So you can add more Prosecco, you can add more Aperol, you can add more water depending on how strong you like them. So then we are going to just not give it a stir yet, but we're just going to put that there. And we'll put those in. You can hook those on the side if you want. There you go. So that is your Aperol Spritz. Really want to give it a stir before you drink it, which I'll do after this. So now we'll go on to our espresso martini. So I'm going to move that shot glass out of the way. Good thing to do as well is have the spec with you when you're doing it. When I've done training for staff, they always have a spec sheet. Or when I've been trained myself, you learn from the spec sheet, but then as a bartender, you're not really allowed to have the spec sheet behind the bar. But lots of people do. You know that in Cocktail, Tom Cruise always had his book underneath the bar. So, yeah. Right, so this is nice and cool now. So you'll be able to feel that it's cool. I'm going to leave it in the water there. So what we're going to do is we're going to discard the ice out of the glasses. So you'll see that they're nice and chilled. Okay, so there is a big trick that's coming up with the espresso martini, which I'm sure my fellow bartenders won't mind me sharing. So I've got some coffee beans here that are going to garnish the martini. So I'm going to get 6 out. I want to try and get them like a similar size so that it's ready just to put in the top and serve. Not that one. So I don't know if people have been to cocktail bars and wondered why the hell their cocktails take so long to make, but it is really an art, and it's something that people that make them are usually quite passionate about, so they want to get them right for you, especially if someone comes in and orders like 15 at a time. It can take its time to do them, but it is all in the prep. So I've got my 6 coffee beans here ready to roll. So I'm just going to leave those there. Now, believe it or not, I can't find a shaker anywhere in the house. So what I did the other day, I like to improvise a lot with things. So I bought this beaker from Wilkinson's, which is literally like a plastic lunchbox beaker. And I did buy a Hawthorne strainer, but to fit on this is a sink strainer, which is new. I just used it last night to test out the cocktails and see if it fitted. So that fits perfectly on the end. So that little set there cost me like £1.50. You can buy regular cocktail shakers. They're a bit more money. You can probably get them in Poundland as well. But I just wanted to show people what they can use at home to do it. So when we're making cocktails, again, something which I didn't cover last week is always put in the cheapest ingredients first, because if you make a mistake, then you haven't wasted the spirits, which are obviously more expensive. And when you make a cocktail, whatever you're shaking it in, always just give it a little smell, especially if you're making coffee ones before, because you don't want to taint the next cocktail that you make. I was taught to do that very discreetly, so you just sort of go like that and the customer wouldn't even see that you were doing it. I'm giving far too many secrets away here. So, but that's good, so you get to learn then. So we are going to pour the gum in first. So for the purpose of this one, we said 50ml of gum and 50ml of espresso. So we'll just say that is 50ml. It's probably just a little bit under. So we'll pour that in. Lots of people say that they don't like espresso martinis because they're too bitter. So if you do like sweet things, just put a little bit more gum in. It's no drama, it's your cocktail. So I'm putting the coffee in. And then we have got vanilla vodka. So we'll put the vanilla vodka in, 50ml. Again, just as long as you use the same measure for each thing, it's fine. So I'm just using an absolute vanilla vodka. You can get cheaper ones, you can get more expensive ones. Stalliano's a good one as well. So then this is the coffee liqueur, which I got from Aldi as well. So you could use Kahlua, you could even use Tia Maria. Somebody that I work with, one of my friends, she used Bailey's yesterday, which is a little slant on it as well. So we just want half the amount of this one. So that's about half, because it's wider at the top. Okay, so now we're going to put some ice in. So with martinis, always put the ice in at the end because it melts, and again that will make it watery, which you don't want. Just got enough ice. So now we're going to give this a shake. So I'm putting the lid on. Usually you'd put a glass on top or the lid of the shaker. Always make sure it's tight. And then we want to tip it up, make sure nothing's coming out, and then we just want to give it a shake. We always shake with whatever could open behind us, so then it would never go on to smash. Give it a good shake. You're going to need something to pour this into, which you usually use the other end of the glass. So you're using what's called a Boston shaker. Okay, so you can see that's nice and foamy. It's got a nice creamer on, which is like what's at the top of coffee. So now I'm just going to put this sink strainer on top, and I'm just going to hold it and pour that out. Give it a good shake, and you'll get all the froth, because that's the bit that you want, the froth. So you see, that's my frothy. But then we're going to take that off, discard the ice, bring that back, don't wash it out or anything, get rid of your strainer. And then we're going to pour this back in to here without any ice. Then we're going to put that back on. And then we're going to do what's called a dry shake. Test it again, and then just give it a really good shake without any ice, and that's what gives you really good foam. So then get your glasses, or glasses as some people say, and then we're going to pour in your espresso martini. Remember to always leave a sip line at the top. These are different size glasses, so and then we just put our, no bubble, just pop it with your finger. Put your coffee beans on. I always put them in a little circle. So you won't be able to see, but I'll take some photos of the top so you can see them. So there is our Italian cocktails to go with your food that you've ordered for this evening, if you have ordered it from the Bistro Club. This is a project that I'm working on, as well as my own business and running that, so and my usual part-time job that I have as well. So it's all go. Busy lady, which is good, keeping me busy during this lockdown period. So enjoy your cocktails. Next week we have got a Mexican street food theme menu on Saturday night, so I'll be making some margaritas, which again, people love or hate, but I'm going to do a little twist on them, which I've learned along the way. So enjoy your Saturday, enjoy your long weekend, drink responsibly. You can of course make all of these without alcohol as well. Maybe not the Aperol Spritz, because that is otherwise it would just be water, so that wouldn't be much fun. But you could maybe make it with grenadine or something like that if you just wanted a refreshing drink. But yeah, you can make these without the vodka and without the coffee liqueur too. Not everyone drinks, but yeah. So I'm going to go and test these cocktails and share them with our family in the house, and have a nice afternoon. Enjoy.